What's going on, everybody? Marty here, and welcome back to another episode of Essentially Thaumcraft. Here we are in episode 7, I think. And I've tried doing a little bit of work on the base. I ended up switching out all the bricks with the arcane stone and the arcane bricks. So let me know what you think. I think down here I kind of want to leave it, maybe the stone, and then it kind of switches into that. And then out here, I'm going to have to go all the stone bricks. I think I want to do in the middle. I think I just want to do these ones down in the stone bricks and maybe just leave a little different color. Or I can switch these back up to the stone bricks up here. So like every other one is going to be a different color. I don't know. It's something I can play around with and check it out. But it is definitely time consuming. I spent probably an hour just doing that little section right there. A lot of stuff it took to try to rebuild everything the way that I have it and then use all the different types of arcane stone stuff. But I think it looks all right. I don't know. I'm kind of partial to the brick, though, the regular old stone brick. I think that stuff looks good. But I have been doing some serious work around here. We've got the auxiliary slurry pump, so that one will pump stuff into this one and this one at the same time. And then along the back, I've got myself an auxiliary venting port. So it doesn't actually increase the efficiency, but what it does is there's a chance that when this thing fails, that failure will turn into just steam rather than flux. So I'm not really too worried about it. I actually kind of want to pull that off, maybe put the hopper on the back and then put in another auxiliary slurry pump on the side, so that way it pumps the stuff out a lot faster. And yeah, I think that might work pretty well just because we've got the flux system here. And just with these 4, it is working awesome because I made myself the Thalmic dioptra. And if we go here, I put the slab down here so I can shift and really get a good look at where the peaks are. And the peak looks like it's right there, but you can see like where the base is. This is centered here. So we've got a crater here. Everywhere else all the way around there is just higher because it's got to kind of flow in to that indention. It's got to flow to the lower ground, so it'll spread out that way and out that way. So I'm hoping that this is more of a deficit, so everything kind of sinks down into there. It's kind of like water, the way that water flows. So I'm hoping that that'll do it, but these things are holding up pretty well, and every once in a while I just got to go through and knock out some of those and switch them out with the Essentia filters. So that's working pretty good, but I have been seriously going ham on doing a ton of smelting, and I've been getting all the stuff all loaded up with a whole bunch of things, and I've got my storage room in here with just a ton of Essentia. And it started at first, I was like burning stuff down so I could stick it on here so these wouldn't run out. And then I was like, okay, well, we got to do that. Oh, and then also, let's get the taint in here. Let's get some precantatio and some precantatio, perditio and precantatio. And then I was like, hey, why don't we break some more stuff down? And then we can get all those other things. We got ordo going here. I've got metallum going here. I've been taking and making something that I think is really good. I think it's a pretty good trade-off. 2 cobblestone, 1 stick, stone knife from Roots, and it's got 8 instrumentum, 7 terra, and 1 perditio. So we throw this guy in here, and then that should break it. Oh, I got aqua in there. So we get that. Let's see, we got a little flux going there. That, and then let me grab one of these, and that one will work. We'll just fill that up so we don't use an extra warded jar. And it'll go in there. And then I've been taking all of the instrumentum and then putting that stuff. Do I have any over here? I do have a little bit over there. But what I've been doing is just grabbing the instrumentum and throwing this down in here. And then these things go super fast. I added 2 more centrifuges. I made 1 more just to like speed it up even more. But we get, from this, we get metallum, and I think it's metallum and potentia. So then with the potentia, I've been taking what I can out of that and then putting this down in there. And that breaks it down into Ignis and Ordo. So metallum and ordo are going to be some of the things that we need a lot of. So I've been trying to build up my stocks of that stuff. I've got, well, three things of metallum, and then ordo. I've got 3 things of ordo. Well, almost 3. That's good. Once I get 30 in here, I'll be able to grab some. There we go. I try not to empty these completely, otherwise everything gets jacked up. So if I keep an eye on it and like take it down to whatever the closest single digit is, then I don't have to like mess with it. 1, 2. I just need 10 more to put in that, and that'll be a full one. There we go. We've got our 10. That can go in there. So yeah, there we go. 3 stacks of ordo, 3 jars of metallum. So we're good to go. All right, so I've actually gone through and done a little bit of research. Down here I opened Golemancy just so I could get brain in a jar. And the brain in the jar is a really cool thing. It's a zombie brain, a ward jar, 2 spider eyes, and a water bucket with some cognito, exanimus, and sensus. It's moderate instability. And what that thing does is sucks up experience. So like, you know, when you cook something, you pull it out, it has experience. Well, on the Infernal Furnace, it just spits that experience on the ground. So we've got that. Also up here, I have got Infusion Stabilization, and we've got a stabilizer that I'd like to make. I think that would be kind of cool. So it's pretty simple. Arcane Stone Slab, Arcane Stone of V Resonator, which is just that. And then this is the hardest thing. It's just a couple brass plates, some iron plates, a stick, same thing, a piston, thaumium, and then we will get the complex arcane mechanism, redstone relay. We're going to need to create some of that. So we've got gold in redstone, and that'll create that thing. And then also, I want to go over into, let's see, I've already got all that stuff. The V battery, we did all that stuff, right? We did that last time around. And yeah, so I want to make the alchemical automation. The, what is this called? Thaumatorium. So we're going to do the Thaumatorium and get that thing set up. And luckily, I've already unlocked all the researches for it, and I've made most of it. So I've got 12 obsidian, 12 nether bricks, a iron bar. I'm going to take the trap door. We're going to need a lava bucket, and then I made a whole bunch of this Salus Mundus, because one of the easiest things I've done, because I did this too, I made some liquid death. Liquid death is over here, and this stuff is pretty sweet. So it's 20 alchemia, 100 mortis perdicio. Throw a bucket in with the crucible, and then you get the liquid death. So instead of having the lava, because I was noticing that I would get like that much cooked, because like a lot of it was burning up in the lava, now I get all that, plus I get 3 different types of crystals. So it makes it really handy for getting our crystals and then making the Salus Mundus, because, you know, you need 3 separate ones, right? So we get that. We were getting Velatus, and then what was the other one? Something else, air. So, you know, you get a pretty even amount of them, so you can just whip up a bunch of Salus Mundus really easy. Shift click, and you get a ton of it. All right, so that will be next. We're going to take Arcane Bellows. I'm actually going to make some more. 2 of those, 1 of those, and 4 of these. So if we go over here, I'm going to go 2 leather, iron, that, and that. All right, Arcane Bellows. So now we've got 3 Arcane Bellows. I've got the Salus Mundus, and we're ready to go. So I was kind of looking up here before I started the episode on where I wanted to place this Infernal Furnace, and I really do want to place it up here, but I think we're going to have to do some changing, because I need to shrink this, because this just doesn't work for me. It's 4, not 3. It's an even number, not an odd number, and the arcane, or the Infernal Furnace is a 3x3x3 block. So we're gonna have to change some stuff. We're gonna have to change some stuff, some base design, and then we'll get into that. But let's quickly get into this thing. I guess we'll keep it over here by where I've got all my other smelting going on. And why don't we face it this way too? I think that might be good. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We get that there. And that there. All right. And then we're going to put a lava bucket inside this. And then we're going to grab these and just go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Hit it with this. There we go. So now we've got this. We've got our little working corner here. All right. So then we're going to take our bellows. And we'll get one here. One here. And there's one on the bottom too. But I think the max you can have is 3. So let's take a look at the Thaumonomicon and see if that actually tells us what our max amount of bellows is. Attaching arcane bellows has shown some interesting results. Stokes the flame, increases smelting speed, causes them to burn much purer, increasing the chance of creating bonus nuggets and other materials when smelting. It doesn't say how many, but maybe if we looked at the arcane bellows, crucibles, attach them to crucibles to reduce the amount of time it takes for water to boil. Deactivated by redstone, more uses. Okay, so nothing extra in there. And speaking of crucibles, I made the Everfull urn just because this is a great quality of life one. And you can just like go crazy in the crucible. And this thing will just keep feeding water into it. So you got to have it, I think you got to put water in it first, and then it just fills. I don't even think I need it to be a water source, but that thing is super helpful. All right, so we've got this over here. Next thing we're going to grab is a hungry chest. I'm going to put that in there. And then, like I said, I made the brain in a jar. It's a brine in a jar. We'll get, oh, let's move this. So we'll get our brain in a jar right there. Our anvil can live right there. And you can see that I've got snow all around because I needed that to get Golomancy. I don't think you can really see anymore like what it requires, but it says, you know, I think just to get the initial one. I think the one in fundamentals, to get this one, it says study something that's inanimate. And so I made a snow golem, made that, and then he was tromping around in the base. And then it rained and he died. He died a gruesome death in the rain. It's like a witch. All right, so anyway, now that we've got this set up, the brain in the jar, the hungry chest, we've got the arcane bellows on this thing. Now what we have to do, because we can take all the stuff, and oops, and we throw it in there. And let's do this too. I guess I don't have a better block to do that with. Let's get that right there. That way I'm a little bit safer. I'm not going to fall in all the time. Maybe once or twice. And plus it helps me with throwing in stuff. So that spits it out, right? It gives us copper nuggets and copper ingots. But we can do the double, right? We can do the double amount of ore. So let's grab a little bit of that. Well, yeah. Let's grab half a stack of iron. And we're going to grab this stuff. A crucible. 2 alchemical constructs, a hungry chest, niter, and we're going to need a water bucket. So this guy, let's make this over here, because this is generally where we keep all of our essentia and all that. Let's get this down here. Let's get that in there. Let's fill it with water. Let's go with alchemical construct, sprinkle a little dust on that thing. There we go. Now we have a thaumatorium. All right, so you can see this is kind of a bigger one. That's smaller, that's just flat, that's small, and then there's one on the back as well. So if we took, hopefully I have some more of the essentia tubes. Yep, we do. So I'm going to go maybe one off here and one off there. And then I'm going to grab metallum and ordo. We're going to slap these guys right here. Ordo and metallum. Hungry chest right in front. Right click on this guy. Put this up there. It's going to tell us what recipes we can make with whatever we put in there. So dirt. Look at that. Catalyst is clay. Salus Mundus. There's nothing that you can do with Salus Mundus. What about this? Nope. So you can like kind of trial and error. And then also if you really wanted to get crazy with it, you can make some quartz slivers. Stick these in here and then say I want to make whatever ones, and then all you got to do is hook up the essentia, the corresponding essentia to this thing. But today we're going to do this. I'm going to click on the native iron clusters. It's going to start loading that stuff up. And there we go. Now we have the native iron clusters. So if you remember when we put our copper in, we only got one iron, or one copper, and then like 3 nuggets, and that was 2. So let's do the same thing. Let's grab 2 of these. And let's put these in. 2 native iron clusters. So 1 and 2. And then we'll see what we get. See, we got 4 plus 1 iron nugget. So our iron nugget production was down a little bit. But we got some cool stuff, so that's gonna work out, and now we can get crazy with it. And I can grab some gold. We can also do gold. But we want to be able to store. We want to hook a hopper up to this, actually. If I have a hopper. Probably not. Let's make a hopper. So that's going to be 4 or 5 of those, and then a chest. So let's make ourselves a little hopper. And we're also going to make another chest to put on top of the hopper. All right, that'll go like that. And then we're just going to set this. I think it'll... I don't think it really matters where you put stuff. So let's try that with some iron, because we've already got iron going in that, right? Okay, yeah, see, it doesn't matter. So it's going back in there. All right, next up is another thing that is in the entry for the Thaumatorium, and that is the mnemonic matrix. That's a Clockwork Mind. Do I even have that unlocked? I can't click on it. Iron plates, amber, a Clockwork Mind. Let's go down to Golomancy. There we go. Clockwork Mind. Observation Golomancy. Cognito Invictus. Complete that. Okay, and then it wants the next section of it. Artifice and Golomancy. We'll complete that. So now we can do a whole bunch of seals in here for golems. I'm not a huge fan of golems, to be completely honest. But I do want to go with this. We have the golem press that we can now do, and that is how you make your golems. But I want the Clockwork Mind, and that is comparator, brass plates, glass panes, and that. Okay, so let's grab some materials and whip one of these up. I just made like 16 of each. Get some of that. Get some of that. We're going to need some sticks, right? Probably some great wood planks, I would guess. We need some glass panes. And that might be good. So clockwork. And let's see, what are we missing? Oh, and we need some smooth stone. That's andesite. Oh. Let's cook some smooth stone up. And let's get some more charcoal in there. There we go. Oh, I need to go chopping some trees down again soon. I'm running low. I need to get some more charcoal up and running. Oh, and by the way, the brain in a jar. Right click. There we go. We get a little bit of our experience back. Pretty sweet, right? All right. We are waiting on some stone, one more piece. And in the meantime, let's grab 3 of those, 1 of those. We'll make our redstone torches. We got our stone. We'll make ourselves the comparator. And now we should be good, right? Let's see. Oh, actually, plates. Clockwork Mind. We are missing that. Easy enough. Make that. Now we're going to be missing some other things. Just the brass plates. All right, cool. Good thing I've got some alchemical brass laying around. All right, Clockwork Mind is done. So, mnemonic matrix. That is going to require 4 of these. 4 pieces of amber. And let's craft ourselves the mnemonic matrix. That is only 50V, 47 if you take the 5% off. Now we've got this thing, and we can slap this on one of the sides right there. And now we should be able to load it with different recipes. So if we grabbed copper, cinnabar, I think that should be about good for now, right? Let's see how many we can do. So gold, We can do gold too. Let's pull that out. Let's go cinnabar. We can do cinnabar. And let's do copper. Let's see if we can do it. Nope, it says 3 of 3 right there. So we'd have to make another one, slap that on somewhere, and then we might be able to get more. Because I think you can add more than just a few. So if we put our gold, cinnabar, and then iron in there, whatever is in there, it goes. So let's I'm gonna get another one of those. So we had to do what? The Thaumcraft Mind first, right? All right. And I think I'm gonna need some more brass. And that is instrumentum. I burned up all my instrumentum, didn't I? I've got a little bit. We'll grab a little bit of there. And then that is iron. Okay. Let's create one recipe of that. This. We need another comparator. So let's grab our stuff and get this one going. Another piece of nether quartz. Don't forget that. I hate the vanilla style crafting benches just because they like don't store the inventory. Like most modded ones are like really good because you can just slap stuff in it and be like, oh crap, I forgot to make such and such. And then go get your thing, come back, all is well. And now we need some more amber and some more iron plates. Alright, it's nice like when you can have the time to like just load up a bunch of crap. And oh, this is not a good spot. Oh, maybe it is a good spot. Look at this. It might be hidden actually. Nope, wide open. Alright, let's put that on the back. And now we have 3 of 5. Cool. So we can put copper in here now. Get that another recipe that we do. What other clusters do we have? Oh, there's a lot. So we have iron, we got it. Gold, we got it. Copper, we got it. Tin. Silver. Lead. Cinnabar. And quartz. Okay, quartz would be another good one, but I don't have silk touch on anything. And actually, there's no recipe for it. If I click on it, all these have a recipe. So silver, there's no tin in this pack. So let's get our silver, and that should do it all. That should do everything. So there's silver and roots, right? Yep. So let's grab all this stuff. Get this up here. Get that in here. Save that. Load up all of our ores into this thing, and we are empty and empty. And then let's grab another ordo, another metallum. Ordo here, metallum here. There we go. So now we're loading things up. Perfect, right? We've got ore doubling today. Very cool. So let me know what you guys thought of this episode. I did try to change it up. Like for the most part, all of the things that we built today, I pre-built everything and just kind of like threw it all together with the exception of the mnemonic matrix. But let me know how that goes because I'm trying to streamline the videos, get them as quick as possible and to the point. You know, and then maybe we keep that format. I show you around the base, show you what we did, go craft what we need to craft, do what we got to do, build our stuff, and then move on. So anyway, I will catch you all next time. I hope you enjoyed the video. My name's Marty, signing out. Peace.